Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
This is The Short News with Alex Mador.
Hello, and welcome to The Short News. I'm everyone's least favorite wannabe reporter, Alex Mador. Here's what's going on for today, Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. The coronavirus pandemic is still in full swing as the country is still at a halt and people are losing their jobs and some, their lives. In some good news coming from the pandemic, the Senate has finally reached a deal for a $484 billion stimulus package, which will allocate $320 billion for small businesses and $60 billion being for community-based lenders, smaller banks, and credit unions to help other small businesses. It is believed that Robert Redfield's, who is in the CDC, his prediction that the virus will return on top of flu season helped to influence the Senate's decision. The deal is set to hit the House of Representatives Thursday, and Trump has already signaled that he will sign it. President Trump has made an executive order which will stop all new green cards from being approved. And this is going to be going on for at least 60 days, he says, if not more, depending on how bad things get. For all my New Yorkers out there, Trump and Cuomo met in the White House to discuss how things are in New York, which has a third of all coronavirus cases. Cuomo called the meeting functional and effective, which is probably the first time Trump and functional and effective were used in the same sentence without a is not in between. Alright, let's talk about these pretentious pricks over at Harvard University. Harvard, which is worth billions of dollars, accepted and is holding on to the $9 million that they received in stimulus funding, which a lot of people are saying they don't need. The money comes from Department of Education funding, something which Harvard University, they already have plenty of funding. Have you seen that school? It's perfect. I don't know, Harvard says they plan on using that money to help students who are in bad financial situations, but I don't really buy that. The conspiracy theorists, or the pessimist in me, calls bullshit. I'll believe it when I see it. My college, I can't talk. My college tuition at my old school was so high, and no one knew where that money was going. Because the food sucked, the campus sucked, the technology sucked, the people sucked. Everything about it was that way. All the money went towards big parties for the elite and top donors, while funding campus safety more to break up our parties and our good times. It was messed up. College sucked. And private colleges are the worst. Personally, I just think colleges in general, I maybe more private colleges, they're just worried about making and hoarding money. How much money can we get and how much money can we hold on to? And it's that you're supposed to be making that money and putting it back into the school to make it better for the student body. Not throwing galas and shit. The president of my old school, this motherfucker, piece of shit guy, he said that he was going to donate $5,000. That's it. The school has millions. He was going to donate $5,000 to a house, not a house, a place where kids, underprivileged kids, go to like get taken care of, like a daycare, but it's run by students of the school. So they were having trouble funding. The president said, okay, yeah, we'll do something about this. You'll hear from me soon. Nope, ghosted. And then, like, a year later, I think, maybe, no, 2 years later, he, like, suddenly, very suddenly, just resigned. It's never good when somebody just, out of nowhere, without having planned it before, just resigns. But, yeah, He probably did some fucked up shit. Whatever. Good riddance, right? The National Spelling Bee was cancelled due to the current situation, and it is the first time that has happened since the 40s during World War II. Because apparently being better at spelling than other people is still something to brag about. I can spell. You don't see me entering contests because of it. That just seems like the pat on the back award to me. I'm saying that these kids are probably like 5. It's not full-grown adults. Now I want to mention, I feel like we didn't talk about weed enough on the show, so I want to take a second to remind you that all of our non-news, fun, substance-related content will be on Useless Garbage, a new podcast where I take all the stuff that isn't current events and have fun with it. Okay, back into it. There have been protests, mostly right-wingers who believe this whole pandemic is being sensationalized, and they want the country to reopen again. Certain states, such as Georgia and Florida, have started opening up beaches again because of all the outcry, which, personally, I don't think that's a very good idea, especially with the potential for a second wave coming at some point. I saw I saw a really shitty video of some gross white lady in her pickup truck protesting and an Asian American doctor blocking in front of the truck to keep her from going any further in the protest. And the lady is yelling to the doctor, "Go back to China." The unrest and the hostility that has become like the new normal in this country is just no good. This is so toxic. Why can't people just agree on scientific facts? I don't understand that. Like, the facts tell us that this virus is fucking serious. Look at the death toll and the numbers and the economy. Like, this wouldn't have happened if this was just some sensationalized bullshit like Rush Limbaugh wants you to believe. Which, by the way, Rush Limbaugh is just about as credible as a baked potato. But at least baked potatoes contribute something nice to the world. Speaking of baked potatoes, Kim Jong-un is in the news for some scary shit that comes straight from the motherland. Apparently, Kim is in critical condition after some cardiovascular surgery that he had done due to, and I quote, excessive smoking, obesity, and overwork. This would explain why Kim missed his grandfather's celebration of his life, which is a pretty big deal in the country. If the leader doesn't show up like that, it means something's really wrong. U.S. intelligence is concerned about this and what it may mean for U.S.-Korean relations, which were already kind of in a tough spot, I believe, because, at least with South Korea, Trump was saying he wants more money from them for the presence of troops. Something like that. He's trying to make a deal. The man who makes deals. Here's a LA Times column. Oh, I have to pay to read this again. We're stuck at a paywall. The headline says, column, the coronavirus pandemic has made one thing perfectly clear. It's time to split the country. I assume that means what I think it means. But I think there are a lot of consequences to that people don't see. Maybe that's just me, but fine. Apple News? Fine, you got me. I'm doing this for you guys. No, I don't want family sharing. Wait, let me see. I might want family sharing. How do I do this? Oh nice. I can invite Ashley. Okay. Okay, so this person, I guess this is an opinion piece saying, look at the split, look at the divide. This is just what I was saying, like all the hostility, the polarized opinions that are making people so angry at each other. They bring up a good point that the country should just split up, but do you remember how that worked last time? I'm not trying to go to civil war. That would suck. That would suck for everyone. I don't think the country should split, but at the same time, there are so many people down there that disagree with what we think. Yeah, the president hates us blue states anyways, so why are we all part of the same unit, is what this person is saying. That would be cool and all, but do you think it would work? This is why I wish I had a co-host, and we still don't. I feel like this title is just way too much. Like, I think this is dumb. I'm gonna read it and then tell you about it. This is the reading comprehension portion of the episode. How Donald Trump almost killed my husband. See, that just kind of seems like one thing, but then you think about it and you're like, no, she's just dramatic. Okay, here's how you know this is just such biased Xanax housewife fucking ridiculous bullshit. Like, this is just some woman complaining. This is why I still can't talk to people who didn't vote because they thought Hillary Clinton, the most qualified candidate to ever run for president, would have been just as bad. Like, what? Donald Trump didn't kill your husband, or didn't almost kill your husband. His dumb decisions, as well as multiple other factors in a chain of events, as well as just the natural course of the virus, did. But to make such a dramatic statement, such as Donald Trump almost killed my husband, you just want clicks. You just want clicks. You got mine. I read your shit, and it pisses me off. See, and like, I don't... some of this, like, I think, this is a scary situation for anybody to go through when you or a loved one has the virus. Of course. But to use that as just another reason to be like, see, this is why he's bad. This is why he's bad. I'm so mad about the election. I wanted Hillary. Guess what? Hillary lost. Get over yourself. My God, I'm sorry about your husband, and I'm glad he's okay. God, but he has to live with you. That sucks. Fucking self-absorbed, like, it's about you, lady. It's about how you feel. Let me find other sound bites from this stupid article. Like, okay, I can understand where this comes from because you feel you're personally affected by this virus and you want someone to blame. And you can blame Trump for not taking the proper steps to prevent the spread of the virus. But I think this shit was gonna hit us either way. And then you can talk about the testing, the lack of being able to get a test, the overwhelming of the healthcare system, etc. All handled shittily. But you still can't, like, title your article, Donald Trump almost killed my husband. See, I clicked that and I thought it was like Donald Trump, like, hired a hitman to almost kill my husband or something, but no, it's not. It's nothing like that. Now, Donald Trump's bad decisions may have almost killed my husband. That's a little bit better. What is it about mothers that they're just so self-absorbed?
In my opinion, so it's right. I don't talk to anybody who doesn't vote for Hillary.
What is with people? Like the babies for Bernie? Can we talk about the babies for Bernie? Is that still going on? I know I made up that term, but they call themselves Bernie or Bust. No, they're babies for Bernie.
Are you Bernie? Good. I want the Bernie. I want the free stuff. Oh, how could Biden's not gonna give me the free stuff? Oh, Joe Biden. Oh, I'm just not gonna vote. Because that way I feel better about myself.
I got in this argument with somebody on Facebook. I know, dumb decision. But they were like, yeah, I can't in good conscience vote for Biden or anybody, so yeah, I'm not gonna vote. And I was like, okay, yeah, you can do that, but then you can't complain when Trump, like, reverses all of the things that Obama did that were good, including human rights things. And then when he appoints a Supreme Court justice or two that are Republican, then we're in big trouble once Ginsburg and the other one are gone, which will be soon. So, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to talk to that person. I just don't think they have the right to complain about the government if they're not going to participate. That's what it comes down to. But like, and then there's people on the other side that, yeah, they participated, but the other people that didn't participate the way, or that didn't agree with what they wanted, oh, all of a sudden, it's just, they're the enemy. Like, I have family members of mine that are Trump supporters. I don't not talk to them. I still go to family outings, hang out, like, joke around. We don't talk about politics. Not everything has to be politicized. Like, they got people that I know from high school out here talking about things that I never, ever imagined that they would be talking about. Like, these people went from talking about, like, oh, I'm gonna do shrooms later at this festival, like 7 years ago, to now, like, the economic downturn based on the social climate of the United States is a travesty due to the, like, you know what I mean? And it's just weird. Like, okay, I'm still reading this. Here's why I have a problem with it. Way to turn your husband's almost, like, tragic story, or it's tragic either way, like, whether he made it or not. It's way to turn that into just a piece on why you hate Trump. Good job. Wow. People are, back to Kim Jong-un news. His sister, Kim Yo-jong, could be next in line for the throne. She's 32 years old, closest aide, and yeah, could become the next supreme leader. Yeah, the beginning of this article says, if you listen to U.S. intelligence officials, Kim Jong-un is at death's door. If you listen to South Korean officials, he's not. If you listen to North Korea, you'll hear nothing. Yeah. Damn, they really go in on him about his morbid obesity. Fat shaming Kim Jong-un, are we? No, I'm kidding. I always say, like, there's a fine line between body positivity and promoting morbid obesity, justifying morbid obesity, which is a real problem in this country and I guess in North Korea for him. Nobody else is eating, but Kim Jong-un is. See, there I go making fun of him. It's just so natural. It's evil. Well, he's evil, but... Oh, Trump just tweeted, I have instructed the United States Navy to shoot down and destroy any and all Iranian gunboats if they harass our ships at sea. Yeah, okay. You probably shouldn't be telling the public that. I don't know, those seem like things that you keep within your circle. I don't know, he's pulling like a Meek Mill. Drake don't write his own songs. He just tweets whatever beef he has. Here's a message from Mayor Bill de Blasio. Summer's going to be very different in our city this year. But I can promise you one thing. We're working with Macy's to find a safe way to celebrate the 4th of July. So, you know how they have fireworks in New York City every 4th of July? That whole thing? Well, it's going to be difficult for people to celebrate during a major crisis where everybody has to be inside. But it would be cool if they still found a way to do fireworks. I don't know if I can see them from where I am, but, you know, for other people, I'm not a big fireworks person. I used to be in my younger days. Now it's just like anything with like a flame that explodes. I think like the old man in me, it just seems like a bad idea. It just seems like such a bad idea. And, but if a professional is doing it, if they don't get sick, then okay. I used to go to New Hampshire and get like the medium fireworks, like the ones that go in the sky, but they don't like go way up there. Because they're pretty lax in New Hampshire about things like that. Head over to Phantom Fireworks, get like just stock up. But summer's gonna be different. The mayor is right. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. Right now, because all I've been doing is gaming, schoolwork, and drinking. And the drinking is causing me to slowly lose my hair. I did my research on this. I'm not getting my nutrients because of my excessive drinking. But there's nothing to do. I'm going crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight, but gotta find things to do this summer. We're all gonna have to find ways to stay occupied. And I know that fucking TMG was making fun of people that do this, that try to give people advice on what to do during COVID-19. Well, no, we're talking about how to stay sane when the only thing you can do is stay inside, when people are 6 more times likely to die from social isolation than smoking. Noel. That's what we're trying to prevent here. Not that I'm like the spokesperson of productive things to do, but like last night I had another house party with my friends. We just chilled for an hour, watched some CNN and Fox News together. I put Fox News up on the projector. They put it on their TV. We all watched together and laughed. Because that shit's hilarious. Talk about an entertainment network. Everything is just so extreme. But yeah, I have to figure out something to do tonight when I'm not drinking. But I don't know, it'll be good because like I don't think I'll be as inclined to go to sleep at like 9 p.m., which is super early. I'll actually be able to stay up to talk to my friends. Maybe. We'll see. I miss beer already. Oh, I finished Tiger King. So we're gonna talk about that in the next episode of Useless Garbage, which will be up slightly after this episode of the short news. So if you want to check out Useless Garbage after this, we will be talking about Tiger King, and I will give you my best Joe Exotic impression. So, before I start ranting some more about that lady and her opinion piece in disguise, I want to give a thank you to all you cool cats and kittens for tuning into the short news. Sorry for my Bill Burr-esque rant. I hope I didn't trigger you, but I probably did. Alright, thank you guys. I will see you on Useless Garbage. Anchor.fm/useless garbage. Boom. Peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SB56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.